Greetings on behalf of the Troup County School System. I'm your host on Spotlight on Education, Tina Duckett, and today you will learn so much about our schools. We are going to provide you with insight about LaGrange High School, and this program is designed to do just that, bring you our successes, accomplishments, and information that you can use, our viewers. So help me welcome Miss Penny Johnson, and let me fix that, Dr. Penny Johnson.
Hello, how are you?
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And we are so excited to learn about LaGrange High School. We know that it's a wonderful school and that there are several 100,000 students.
Yes, ma'am.
Thousands more students at the school. But before we venture into all of the great things that are happening on your campus, tell our viewers a little bit about you. We want them to get to know you. So tell us about your journey into education.
Well, I started education 14 years ago, and I initially started in a vocationally certified position because I had a background in mechanical engineering. And once I got into the classroom, I went back and earned a bachelor's degree and taught math and science. Eventually wound up as an athletic director, an assistant principal. I've earned my doctorate degree, and now I'm serving as the principal at LaGrange High School.
Okay, now is this something that you always wanted to pursue, or?
No, ma'am. First, initially out of high school, I was in the engineering field. However, once I had my children, I taught drafting in a high school as a hobby. And I learned that it was where my gifts were, and I learned that I just really enjoyed being with young people and serving the school community in the classroom. And so I went back to school, and that was when I earned my bachelor's to be able to teach math and science.
Okay. So how long did you teach math and science? Do you recall?
5 years.
Okay.
5 years. I was in the classroom 5 years, and then went into administration because an astute principal of mine felt that I possessed leadership qualities, and he encouraged me to go into leadership.
And we are glad that you are with us. It's your first year. You're completing a school year with us.
Yes, ma'am, and it's been a smooth transition. I think that the variety of preparation that I've had has helped with the transition, and we've got an extremely supportive staff and community that has helped as well.
And that is wonderful.
Yes,
I know that you mentioned something about an athletic director. You have that experience, and I don't know if it's commonplace in education to have females as athletic directors, but tell us a little bit about that experience.
Occasionally. I was the first female athletic director when I was called to serve in that capacity. I was only there a year before we actually moved from Michigan to Georgia, and so I began my academic career down here in Georgia. It was a wonderful experience, and I learned an awful lot about school programs and implementation of programs as a whole.
Good. Now, you mentioned that this transition has been smooth, and we are glad as you transition. Was it from Noonan High School?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we know that a part of that transition has a lot to do with the staff.
Yes, ma'am.
And your support team. So
Yes,
tell us a
ma'am.
little bit about your staff.
Our staff is phenomenal. They've supported me in the transition, and we have 78 teachers, certified staff members. We have a support staff of approximately 40 that includes custodians and clerical staff, parapros, and our nutrition staff. We can't do it. I don't feel that we can run our school without our teachers and our support staff. We also have a very strong administrative leadership team that consists of counselors. We have 3 counselors and a graduation coach. Our administrative team consists of 3 assistant principals, the registrar, our CTE supervisor, and then our athletic director.
And who are your assistant principals?
Our assistant principals are Kim Parks, Kenneth Redding, and Sing Crystal Poitras.
Okay, good, good.
ma'am.
So now I alluded to this earlier that there were quite a few students on the campus.
There are. We have 1,306 students as of yesterday. So we have pretty much a balance between male and female. It's almost 50-50, which I don't know if that's unusual or not, but it was 50-50. Our demographics consist of, I want to quote this right, 39% of our student body is African American, 52% is Caucasian, and then we have 3% population of Hispanic students, Asian students, and our multiracial students. Each of us 3%.
Okay. Now, LaGrange High School seems to fare well, and I know you have some accomplishments to share with us later,
We
but
do.
in order, something is driving the school in a
Yes, ma'am.
certain direction.
Yes, ma'am.
And of course, we know there's the need for academic success for our students,
It
but
is.
why don't you tell us about the school's mission and purpose?
Well, certainly the LaGrange High School, our school's vision statement or mission statement aligns with our Troup County School System mission statement to educate all students in a changing world. And so specifically, LaGrange High School serves to strives for academic excellence for students so that they may become positive contributors to society through leadership, honor, and service. And that leadership, honor, and service aligns to the LHS, which
Okay.
is LaGrange High School. So.
Good. Okay. Now, let's tell our viewers about the goals that you and your faculty have set. And I know that even in the establishment of goals, it's not just you and your faculty, but you have input from parents through your school council. And so tell us about the goals.
Well, I'll just highlight three main goals,
'Cause
if
I
you
know
will,
there-
because there are many.
Yes,
there are
okay.
many. We have a school
Sure.
improvement plan that we use data to make decisions on the areas that we need to focus our efforts on each and every year. And every year we review the data and make certain that we are making gains, and we strive to make adjustments in order to be the best that we can be. However, our first main goal would be that we ensure the success of all of our students. And that means that we work hard to develop remediation programs for struggling students, as well as finding ways to close our achievement gaps. That's a focus. But we also have a focus of providing a rigorous curriculum for all students, including our high achievers. So our primary goal is to ensure the success of all students. We also want to make sure that we're preparing our students for post-secondary options, whether it's to go on to college or to join the workforce and be prepared to be positive contributors to our workforce.
Okay. Now, you and your faculty, you work really hard. So I'm seeing something here called the Granger Star Program.
Yes, ma'am. We try to work on positive behavior. One of our goals, a second goal, is obviously to help students make wise choices and to learn how to navigate and find solutions to personal conflict. And so what we try to do is to promote a more positive approach to behavior. And so what we try to do is promote that leadership, honor, and service through our Granger Star program, where we recognize students who have done something above and beyond, that have demonstrated either leadership, honor, or service, and the character qualities that we strive for.
Okay. Now, another goal with all schools would be parental involvement, and it looks,
Yes, ma'am.
it may take on different forms in different
does.
schools
It
based
does.
on the mission and the goals of the school. So
Yes, ma'am.
tell us about the parental involvement piece.
We have a very, very strong, phenomenal parent support, parental support at LaGrange High School. We have several activities throughout this year designed to forge that partnership between home and school, and the fact that our parents are supportive of supporting the academic success of their students. We have parental information nights like freshman orientation, junior parent workshop, freshman parent workshop, and we have hundreds of parents and students who show up for those programs. That hasn't been my experience in other places, so I've been extremely encouraged, and I welcome the parental involvement that we have. We also have a very strong PTO. They serve to support us in the classroom. They support our school's mission and vision. We work to identify the needs of the school, and they support us with financial contributions and incentives for teachers and teacher appreciation. But they also serve us and are a big help with putting on our prom. We've had a beautification project, I think, that maybe we'll talk about in a few minutes.
Okay.
And so they've just been very, very supportive of the things that we do at LaGrange High School.
What about student recognition programs? How do they play a part in that?
They help us with the 4.0 ice cream social.
That must be nice for those students.
It is. It is. Here again, you know, so many of our goals actually intertwine. They work together because as we look for positive behavior, opportunities to reward positive behavior, our 4.0 ice cream social and our 3.5 breakfast are ways in which our PTO supports what we're trying to do, and as we try to acknowledge positive behavior and the successes of the students at LaGrange High School.
Good. Okay, so student achievement, of course, you mentioned that as the first goal. You want all of your students to be successful, as we do with Troup County School System.
We do.
So tell me what measures or strategies you have in place to talk about those gains. How are students faring at your school?
Well, our students are performing above the average, and you know, we always try to bring out the best in our students. Some of our remediation programs are designed for students who struggle to meet the state requirements, but some of our remediation programs are also to help students move from meets to exceeds. So we try to meet the individual needs of each student and to also differentiate our remediation instructional methods so that we allow our students to be the best that each individual student can be. Some of our successes, our writing test scores have come in for this year, for the 2013 school year, and our students continue to perform above the 93%. Over the last 5 years, we've had 93% or higher student passing rates for our writing test.
That is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. In 2011, we had 99%. The last 2 years, we've been at 96%. So we certainly try each and every year to do our very, very best.
You set the bar really high.
We try.
It's tough to go higher when you're at 99. You know, it's
try.
100%.
We try, but we would, you know, it's as much about helping the students be successful as it is about the numbers.
It is, most certainly, and that's a reflection of what they're learning.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us about other gains that you're proud of, because I know that there's something recent that has come out in the news. So
there
tell us
is.
about that.
The U.S. News produces or publishes a list of best schools in the state and nationally. And LaGrange High has been on that list for several years now. And we again this year ranked 23rd within the state of Georgia and 1,344 nationally. So we're proud of that.
That is something to be proud of when you look at the national scope and to make that list. And it's my understanding that there's a rigorous process for selecting schools.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is in the U.S. News and World Report?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. I know you all are celebrating.
We are.
But keeping your focus as well.
We are. We are.
Okay, so tell us about the robotics team. Because I know that they've done some amazing things as well.
Yes, ma'am. Last year our robotics team won the region to where they were able to go on and compete at the World Robotics Championship.
Wow.
And that included competitors from outside of the United States, and it was a wonderful cultural experience for our students, and so that was a big deal. So
that is a big deal to not just compete in the state or in the nation, but you're competing with the world.
Yes, ma'am.
And we are. That's why we're preparing our students to be a ready workforce to compete with anybody.
Yes, and that aligns with the mission and vision of the Troup County Schools. It's that notion of the changing world, and so it's pretty exciting, the opportunities that we've been privileged to participate in.
Okay, and speaking of participation, there are several activities for students to participate at LaGrange High School.
There are.
And I know that they are too numerous to name today.
They are. Yes, ma'am.
But just take a moment to share a little bit of information about student activities and ways students can participate.
Well, there is a variety available to students, and I'd like to say that if a student wants to become involved in something, there's generally something for everyone. And that's the best part of high school. It allows us an opportunity to meet the different needs of students, the non-academic, if you will, although there are lessons learned in the extracurricular activities. But one of the programs I'd like to highlight is our service club, again aligning with the school's mission statement about leadership, honor, and service. Our service club consists of 230 members this year, and they logged in over 6,000 hours of service in our community. And so we just had an awards banquet and recognized the top honorees, and also a few of the seniors received scholarships from their commitment through the service club. We also, probably one of our newest clubs is our recycling club. A group of students came to me with an interest in forming a recycling club, wrote a grant. It was funded, yes, the students awesome. with a teacher sponsor. Yes. Wrote a grant. The grant was funded, and what I thought was going to just be a couple of recycling bins has turned into a major school initiative where there are bins located in several places throughout the school. So I've been proud of the way that it has blossomed. Of course, we have a strong athletic program. This year, I think to this point, we've had just over 20 students sign scholarships to play in either junior college, primarily junior colleges, but it's been opportunities for them to
scholarships.
Yes, ma'am.
That's phenomenal.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Parents
ma'am.
are glad to hear those words.
Oh, they sure are. They sure are. Yeah. So, but it's something that we're proud of. But probably the most recent things that I can tell you about, it was only a couple of days ago that we had 2 track athletes finish first in the state. Our team finished second overall in the state of Georgia. Good. And so that's pretty remarkable when you consider the level of competition in the state of Georgia.
Outstanding.
Yes, ma'am.
That's outstanding.
And then finally, just yesterday, our tennis team won and will go on and play for the state finals, our girls tennis team. So it's been an exciting week, actually.
It has.
Yes, ma'am.
We love good news.
We do. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So tell us about your fine arts.
We have a strong fine arts program, and I group fine arts into the performing arts because we have a drama and a chorus program, academic programs, but we also have after-school activities that allow students the opportunity to perform. Specifically, our drama department put on 2 performances this year. One was called Monster Madness, the other was The Diviners. Both were very well attended and very well done. Of course,
who leads the?
Mr. Riggs.
Oh,
Mr. Riggs is our drama teacher and coordinates those programs. We also have our spring chorus concert that was last week, and we had over 166 students involved in that spring concert. Wow! So it's a pretty big event.
I would say.
Students start doing 0 period, which is coming in at 7 o'clock in the morning, starting in October.
And there is a such thing called 0 period?
There is. And it takes a whole lot of dedication and commitment.
It does.
Yes,
wow.
ma'am.
And
yes,
they come in to rehearse? And
they do. Yes, ma'am. It starts in October, and Katie Westbrook runs that program.
Okay.
And then, of course, we have our Black History program. Mr. Kenneth Redding, one of our assistant principals, oversees that, and we had over 55 students involved in that program as well.
And I believe one of the students in that particular program was featured on LGTV's City Week.
I do believe so,
yes.
Yeah,
with Alton West, and he did an amazing job.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
So you should be proud. So why are extracurricular activities, you said especially at the high school level, this is something that students can identify with and kind of find themselves?
Yes, ma'am.
So
well, it gives students an opportunity to showcase their many talents, not just in the classroom, the academic talents. It gives them an opportunity to showcase some other talents and abilities that they have.
Yes.
It also gives them an opportunity to provide character building opportunities where students have to come together and unite around a common goal and work together as a team to accomplish that goal. So it develops another aspect of the child, and serves to develop the leadership qualities and the overarching qualities necessary to meet the challenges when they leave high school.
Okay, and I can recall just participating in extracurricular activities when I was in high school. We won't talk about the number of years ago that was. But I just remember that I look forward to that as a part of my high school career. I look forward to participating. So we encourage parents to get their children involved.
We do.
Because there's so much to offer. Now tell us a little bit about your Partners in Education program.
Yes, ma'am. Our Partners in Education, we have approximately 20 Partners in Education, and they have supported us in the many different ways that we would ask them to support us. One of the ways is in our Granger Star program. We have solicited the help of one of our partners to help with the incentives that are associated with our Granger Greats. Okay.
Now, what's Granger Greats?
That is the positive, recognizing positive behavior in the students.
Okay. Good.
And we award them with a star, place them on our board, our message board, TV in the lobby.
I've seen that.
Yes, ma'am. And then we give them a Snickers bar because sometimes students will laugh at you when you do something right. And so we recognize them at lunchtime, call them out at lunchtime, and they come up and are rewarded with the Snickers. They're also given a little piece of paper that describes the great thing that they did.
Now, who's submitting the information?
Anyone in the building, teachers, clerical staff, anyone who sees someone do something that supports our leadership on our service. It can be helping a particular teacher or a student. It can be finding and turning in a cell phone. It can be, just going above and beyond and demonstrating leadership in the classroom.
And acts of kindness.
Yes.
Leadership and acts of kindness
is
what I hear you saying.
Ma'am.
Okay.
Our partners also help us with our teacher appreciation and our special programs. And the other thing that they do is provide discounts for services, for goods and services that we may have need of throughout the year.
Now, teacher appreciation occurs this month, in the month of May.
Yes, ma'am.
So now what, as an example, will some of your partners contribute? And when we say partners, we're speaking faith-based businesses, other organizations, and even individuals.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Anyone can be a partner in education. Just need to contact the school.
Yes.
And our teacher appreciation will have a luncheon. We have contacted our partners for assistance with that. Our luncheon is actually sponsored through our PTO, coordinated, if you will, through our PTO, and they provide sponsorship as well. We also have little opportunities where we thank our teachers with small tokens of appreciation.
Now, how do the partners support the athletic activities?
We have an athletic partners program as well, and that's primarily financial donations that support some of the above and beyond, the expenses that are above and beyond our basic athletic program. Sometimes a game meal might be included or funded by a partner. Also, we have some sports that we designate as non-revenue sports, where sometimes it costs more than the gate produces in order to promote or to operate. And so some of our athletic partners will make financial donations that will help us support the expenses of that particular program.
So that you can offer it for students, because there must be a demand for it in order for you to make it available to students.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so as we begin to wrap up here, we know that there are some upcoming activities that you'd like to share with our viewers, so please take a moment to invite them to visit LaGrange High School, learn more about you.
I will. We have our end of course tests we're just completing this week, and so therefore our next big event will be final exams, and I would just encourage parents to help their child prepare for final exams by reviewing the many things that they have learned throughout the year and getting a good night's rest and performing their very, very best on the final exams. I'd also like to invite everybody to graduation at Callaway Stadium. It'll be on Saturday, May the 25th at 8:30 in the morning. So come on out and support the Grangers as they walk across the stage and realize their academic accomplishments. And then finally, of course, we have registration for next year. It's funny that we should talk about registration, but you know, it's only a couple of months away. But our registration will be on Wednesday, July the 24th and Thursday, July the 25th. And there'll be more information on dates and times on our website and available through the school and on our message board in front of the school.
Okay, good, good. So if someone wants to contact you, can you share your contact information?
Yes, ma'am. Our website is www.lagrangehighschool, all one word, .org. And we have an extensive website that has a lot of information. Our daily announcements are published there, so I encourage everyone to visit the website often. And also, if you have questions, would like to contact us, our school office number is 706-883-1590.
Okay, well, Dr. Penny Johnson, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
It's been our pleasure.
Thank you.
And thank you to our viewers for watching today. This has been Spotlight on Education. Until next time, make it a great day.